But efkosa na vieranel, tokveje hemitse. The RDA's greed poisoned our world.
Secure the perimeter. All threats must be eliminated.
They took everything from us. From me. I was trained in their ways, their technology, their weapons. Things that a Navi should not know. And then one day, they left.
Hell's Gate is under attack. Evacuate now. Kill all the Navi children.
But before they did, our teacher saved us and put us to sleep.
This is your only chance to survive.
And there I remained for 15 years. Until one day, I awoke. And I was free. Free to explore my world. Free to decide who I was going to be. Free to discover what I was meant to do.
Now you see what they kept you from. Your true home.
Now Pandora is under attack again.
Don't let the Navi get in our way. Get rid of them.
And I have a choice to make. I choose to protect my home. I was a child of two worlds. I am no longer. I am Navi.
A beam of light flows upward from a building's dome, then a logo appears, Ubisoft. A man pushes huge doors open and leads two others onto a battlefield littered with bodies.
When entering Mount Kaf, your mission is clear. Find Prince Hassan and bring him back to Persepolis.
A fourth figure, a brawny warrior, steps out behind them.
However, Mount Kaf becomes a prison full of hostile inhabitants.
One of the bodies rises up, a ribbon of black smoke circling it.
Now separated from your allies, you discover a grand citadel full of mysteries, where time flows differently.
What is this sorcery?
The past coexists with the future.
In a surreal landscape, the warrior bounds over floating debris.
In this cursed land, exploration is everything. This is a semi-open world that delivers new secrets as you find new powers.
The warrior speeds through challenging environments.
But to reach new areas, you have to master your skills and your sense of timing. A trademark of Prince of Persia.
A large insect-like creature appears.
During this epic journey, you won't be the only one trapped in Mount Kaf.
Goddess and blacksmith to the gods.
Some dwellers are willing to help you, while others are more reluctant.
Swinging his dual swords expertly, the warrior battles a giant horned beast, a humanoid with a blue mane, two hyena-shaped opponents, and a massive winged creature with a scorpion-like stinger.
However, Sargon is not a warrior like any other.
Sargon lashes out at another foe with his blades, then uses a bow to let loose arrows.
He is a wild beast, known for being elusive, ruthless, and extremely skillful on the battlefield.
Swinging his two swords, Sargon battles more adversaries. Then light swirls around his blades and his eyes glow fiercely.
Fueled by anger, he constantly puts his life on the line to perform devastating attacks.
A stone giant punches Sargon, slamming him into a wall, then pierces his shoulder with a sword.
Time powers are back.
Time stops, then reverses.
But this time,
What the hell was that?
not only in your hands.
A female warrior strikes a ready pose.
To face such a challenge, master a new side to these time powers and defy gravity.
Sargon battles a massive bird, dodges flames from a fire-breathing giant serpent, and evades blows from a blue monster as it swings a huge ball club weapon.
By combining all these skills together, you can express your creativity to solve Mount Cap's mysteries.
Sargon deftly leaps from one platform to another.
And execute brutal combos in epic combat.
The warrior takes on a glowing, squid-shaped combatant in a ruined landscape, then battles two ghoulish figures who hover using large bird-like wings. Surrounded by tendrils of light, Sargon challenges one attacker after another. A title appears, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, a Ubisoft original.
Jet black hair with blonde ambition. Couple cool kids on a late night mission. Kick it old school, this a new edition. Bankroll, roll with no audition. Hurry up, babe, please get ready. Take too long and I might get petty. Need a little, you know what, to keep steady. Cause the night's so young and the pole so heavy. Like it's that kind of night. Breakfast tonight. Everybody drift up to the nines. Please don't be the guys. Big room in the room can't handle us. We don't know the words, so we're all just singing. La 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 la. La 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 la. Everybody la 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 la. We don't know the words, so we're all just singing. Look at me flex in a brand new fit. Smelling so good like a brand new whip. Step for too long, better up that tip. You think you had enough, baby? One more sip. One more sip, get one more sip. Throw that back, yeah, baby, flip that switch. One more sip, get one more sip. Cause I've become that. It's that kind of night. Walk right past the light. Everybody drift up to the lights. We don't know the words, so we're all just singing.
There you are.
Don't let him escape!
Time to vanish.
Get back here, dog! You hear that, bloodbag?
Stand and fight, you worm!
You're dead!
Getting away!
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I am glad you're safe.
Alhamdulillah. A first of many achievements to come, Basim.
We should only hope. There's still much work to do. While our focus was on Al-Ghul, Fulov quietly scouted the city for where we could erect more bureaus.
I have found dwellings in 3 districts that are most unassuming. Abid and Rebecca have arrived from Alamut and set off to El Abbasiyah and Karh. I will make my way to Sharqiya shortly.
And I will join Rebecca in Karh, where corruption is as common as the arid air. See Abu Ja'far about some things he's been working on. Then come find us.
Have a look, Bassem. I may have something that is of interest to you.
Resourceful as always. My thanks, Abu Ja'far. This is the place.
What do you see, Enkidu?
Let us reconsider the approach.
Act as usual.
That guard who likes me said she and Ali's followers are trying to overthrow the prince.
What madness! They will surely fail.
Shit! What? She little bastards! What? Hey! Die now! Hey!
The sky is safe, my friend. Survey the area, Enkidu. There is my target.
I heard his favorite was a spy, and that could be why we had her locked up.
You learn your play.
What I wish to know, and no more need die this day.
Thank you so much.
Come on! Get in! Stop
Where is the son? He must face the law.
Points of light glow like stars in a black sky. The view draws back, revealing the lights glittering inside a piece of a broken crystal that glows blue as it sits on a table with a pike mask, a deck of sabacc cards, and data discs. A creature's little hand reaches up and swipes an oval object with a scaly black surface off the table. Carrying the object in its mouth, the creature, the size of a small dog with 3 tendrils on each side of its gecko-like face, brings it to a young woman kneeling to the side of a doorway.
Good boy.
She pockets the object.
I want that fighter stripped for parts by tomorrow.
The woman peers through the doorway.
All right, Nix. Let's go get paid.
She sneaks up on a guy just beyond the doorway and punches him out.
That worked.
She creeps behind stacked crates toward 2 figures on a walkway.
Because he knows how to handle the Empire.
We cannot trust those officers. They take our credits now, but what stops them from stabbing us in the back?
The young woman hides as one of the figures walks away.
Nix.
Various options toggle on screen. Attack, distract, and press, which gets selected.
Hit that button.
The creature, Nix, dashes to a control panel and jumps up to press a button. A pulley system starts to move, carrying a large crate across the walkway.
Nice one.
The young woman jumps on, and Nix leaps onto her back.
Hang on tight, little buddy.
She clings to the side of the crate as it carries her over the facility, full of starship parts. She drops onto the lowest level near a thruster and stays low as she moves among the spare parts. A Rhodian points a gun at her. A subtitle reads, "Hired gun, in Huttese. What are you doing?"
I was just
Blast her! The young woman draws her own blaster, shooting down the Rhodian.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
The young woman runs up a ramp as explosions rock the lowest level. Red emergency lights flash on the next floor, where an enemy activates a shield.
Shield!
An option appears, blaster or focused, which selects. She fires, disabling the shield and knocking out the enemy. As blaster fire comes at her from multiple directions, she ducks behind a barrier before firing back.
Hey, Nick! Catch!
She fires at something near a TIE fighter on a scaffolding platform, causing an explosion.
This is getting bad.
She shoots onto the lower level, where 2 enemies firing at her take cover. She takes out one enemy, then shoots at the other. An option appears. Pick up.
Let's try this out.
She opens fire with a blaster rifle, causing an explosion that sends people flying.
Dick Ferrick!
Stop her!
She tosses the spent rifle and runs for an open dock. Throwing a cable onto a mechanical arm, the young woman lowers herself out of the facility with Nix on her back.
I think that went pretty well, right?
Still under fire, she hops on a speeder bike and heads across rocky terrain until she outruns the attack. Racing over a plateau, she catches air, finding 2 pursuers up ahead.
These guys don't quit!
Maneuvering between them, the young woman pulls ahead on a dirt road.
Hang on!
On the back of her bike, Nix looks behind them. The pursuers overtake her, then the view slows as the young woman draws her blaster. She fires on one pursuer, then the second, causing him to crash into a rock formation.
That was close.
She hugs the dirt road's curves.
ND5, I got the package. Where are you?
Waiting for you at Jaunta's Hope. Were you seen?
I said I got it. What else matters?
Should I assume we won't be working for the Pikes anytime soon?
Well, they'll probably forgive me.
Comforting.
The young woman steers around a rider going in the opposite direction as she heads toward a town.
There's Jaunta's Hope. We made it, Nix.
She drives beneath an arched entrance with letters hanging from above. Parking her bike, she hops off and stares toward a circular building. Text appears. Jaunta's Hope, Toshara. She waits for a speeder to pass before crossing the road. Breaking into a jog, she goes by a Twi'lek woman leaning against a post. Weathered doors slide open for the young woman and Nix to enter a dimly lit cantina, where they approach a humanoid droid wearing a long coat at the bar.
Hey, Andy.
You're late, Kay. Donka's waiting.
What? Were you worried?
No.
Okay.
A bouncer stops them. A subtitle reads, "Bouncer" in Huttese, not the droid.
What?
Be careful. Donka's a broker, not a friend. She can't be trusted.
Who can out here? See you back at the ship.
Downstairs, Kay passes through a beaded curtain into a private area where a hologram shows a fight. A Mon Calamari wearing a popped collar and layers of necklaces sits with an Imperial officer.
Round 2 and I still like my odds.
Her companion nods toward Kay as she approaches their table.
Kay Vess. Back already? I told you she's fresh, but she's good.
Who's this?
Just a friend. Join us.
Kay sets down the black object as she sits.
Job was more complicated than you said, Donka.
You lived.
Donka opens the object, revealing shifting mushroom-like plants growing inside. Nix leans in close.
Hey, these aren't toys.
Nix backs down, and Donka plucks one of the plants.
They're investments.
The officer holds out her gloved hand expectantly, and Donka gives her the plant, then pays Kay.
Wait. We haven't met.
Don't really know many of you.
Stealing illegal contraband, running with syndicates. I could say you're a threat to the Empire. But I won't have to, if you're smart.
2 options appear: bribe or do not bribe. The latter is selected.
Thanks, but I'm smart enough to get myself out of trouble.
You pay the tax just like everyone else.
Kay draws her blaster.
Let's just relax.
The officer holds up a comlink.
You won't make it off to Shara alive.
Maybe.
Backing away from the table, Kay holsters her weapon and strides through the beaded curtain. As she arrives back upstairs, her image appears on screens throughout the establishment.
All troopers, we have report of a fugitive in Jaunter's Hope. Move to apprehend.
Kay runs outside.
That Imperial announcement wouldn't be about you, would it?
Could be.
I told you not to trust her.
Not the first time we've outrun the Empire.
With Nix running at her side, Kay sprints up a ramp onto a landing pad. They hurry up a ship's open ramp, and once inside, make a beeline for the cockpit, where ND5 waits in the co-pilot's seat.
We need to leave.
Yeah, no kidding.
As Kay sits in the pilot's chair, options appear over the seat, controls, and navigation computer. The ship lifts off, coasting clear of the landing pad before accelerating in an upward trajectory into the cloudy blue sky. The ship passes into a cloud, the thrusters glowing through the surrounding haze as the craft ascends. The haze clears as they leave the atmosphere. They arrive near disabled ships and floating debris. Text reads, Toshara Orbit, Toshara System.
Oh, are we good?
Nothing on the sensors, yet.
Suddenly, firing ships close in on them.
Anybody on the sensors now?
TIE fighters on us.
Near the wreckage of a ship, Kay fires back.
Got one.
I feel inclined to remind you that we should shake the Empire, quickly.
Thanks, I'm working on it.
Kay flies through a hole in a giant piece of the disabled ship, emerging in a thick debris field. Another ship fires on them. Kay accelerates between 2 halves of another large piece of wreckage for cover. As her ship coasts back into the open, an enemy vessel appears out of hyperspace.
ND, get us out of here.
Spooling hyperdrive.
Kay's ship barrel rolls to the side to avoid a blast.
Let's jump.
Stars stretch into streaks of light as the ship makes the jump to hyperspace. It emerges near an asteroid field above a gray planet. Akiva Orbit, Akiva System.
We made it.
Text appears. Quest completed. The broker. Curving lines resembling parentheses framing the ship center on the planet. On board, Nix leans his front legs against Kay's seat and she invites him onto her lap. He hops up and she pets him. She pulls one of the plants out of her pocket and eyes its bulbous purple top.
Got your new toy.
Nix happily holds it between his teeth.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want.
Nix jumps out of her lap, and Kay pushes the ship's throttle forward. Nix leaps onto the back of the captain's seat as they weave through the asteroid field toward the planet. Seen from behind, Kay finds herself surrounded and puts up her hands, but draws her blaster as someone fires at her. She ducks into a doorway. Later, she sees people fleeing and steps out to find an AT-ST towering over her. Various views follow Kay through different environments, including a snowy street, an arid town, and an industrial facility with ND5. Now, Kay sneaks through a hangar swarming with stormtroopers. In a corridor, she shoots down a trooper, then bashes into a second. A TIE fighter chases Kay's ship out of an exploding hangar.
Star Wars Outlaws, coming 2024.
StarWarsOutlaws.com.